AI is becoming a new tool in the back-to-school toolkit, helping teens study, solve problems, and learn in new ways. And now parents can learn how to make ChatGPT for teens a smarter learning partner with tools designed to build critical thinking and safeguards designed to help teens use it more safely. So here to break it all down for us, we've got Megan B. Murphy, ChatGPT power user and mom. Thanks for joining us. Great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So as a mom of 3 teenagers, what can you tell us about the new ChatGPT for Teens feature and how it's helping kiddos as they get back into the school routine this year?
So OpenAI last week launched ChatGPT for Teens. So this is a dedicated experience to help teens, with critical thinking and learning with safeguards in place from the start. OpenAI knew that 9 in 10 teens are using ChatGPT, so we wanted to make it a better experience for teens. And I know as a mom of 3, I have a 16, a 14, and a 13-year-old. They're using it. My kids are using it for everything, especially as we head back into school. It's a really incredible learning tool.
Yeah, I love it. What are some of the new ChatGPT tools that can help teens study smarter and think, more critically?
So my 2 favorite teachers, because these features are kind of like teachers. My 2 favorite features are something called Study Mode, which doesn't give your teenager an answer. It helps them think critically and problem solve to understand how to get that answer. And then there's something called Quizzes, which my daughter's teacher advised her to use. You can take your class notes, you can put it into quizzes, you can get practice tests, you can get study guides, you can get flashcards. They're going to help the student prepare to ace that test.
That's amazing. I love that.
I wish they had that when I was a kid.
I know, same. Yeah, critical thinking skills are huge. Let's talk about safety, because when it comes to teen safety, maybe talk to us about the safeguards that parents should know about.
So for me, obviously, safety is my #1 priority, and OpenAI heard parents' safety is really paramount to them as well. So there's 2 levels of protections, right? So there are, the safety measures that are aimed specifically at teenagers. So, they're making sure that the platform is age appropriate. They're not getting served up content, explicit material that's not going to be appropriate for them. And then there's also parental controls, and I think this is wildly important. There are tools to empower parents. So as a parent, I can link my teenager's accounts to mine so that I have a little bit more oversight of how they're using AI. It is very simple to set up. You're going to go to settings, you're going to go to parental controls, you're going to add a family member. You can either add through their phone number or your teenager's email. Add my child, they're going to get a message, they accept, and then the accounts are linked. And you can then turn on study mode. You can turn on quiet hours. As a parent, you just have a little bit more oversight of how your teen is using ChatGPT for Teens.
Yeah.
So what are the simplest things parents can do to set healthy boundaries around AI this school year?
It's all about talking to your teens about technology, right? AI is very new to me as a parent. It is very new to my teenagers. They're learning faster than I am. This has to be constant conversations. How are you using AI? What are some of the prompts you're using? Let's use it together. Let's establish rules as a family. Set up those parental controls. I can't stress that enough. And then also just thinking about learning off screens, right? Reading is still fundamental. Let's make sure there are still books in our teenagers' hands. Let's take them to a museum. Let's take them to the library. It's not just about technology.
Yeah, and I think you set it up brilliantly earlier, because there's kind of this thing where kids can spend all of their time on AI, right? But we want it as a tool, not necessarily the be-all, end-all, right? So you're opening a book, you're cracking that cover, you're cracking that spine, looking at the book, and using it as a study tool. And I think it's fascinating. The safeguards and everything around this is really great. Megan, where can we go for more information if we're curious?
So if you go to chatgpt.com/parent-resources, you can learn about all the new features with ChatGPT Teen, and you can learn how to connect your account and do the parental controls. It is so easy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and filling us in, and we'll certainly check that out. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Brock, you said you were using this
I was using it this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the teen version,
Right.
but yeah, it helped me make my website better
Wow.
today.
Wow.
During the breaks of the show.
Yes. That's amazing. Well, if you missed any part of that conversation with Megan, you're curious about OpenAI or ChatGPT for Teens, or maybe any of today's great interviews, you can follow us over on social media. That's where you can go to stay up to date with everything happening on Good Day NWA. Just check us out on Facebook and Instagram.